More arrests today in the so-called Red Daisy case involving bootleg gasoline scams. Federal agents rounded up 3 suspected mobsters today, charging they extorted money from Russian immigrants running the scam operation. U.S. Attorney Faith Hochberg says the case is about crime on crime. The Russian immigrants make millions by evading taxes. Hochberg says the alleged mobsters, 2 who are said to have ties to the Genovese crime family, formed a cartel and forced the Russians to pay mob tribute. Dozens of Russians and mobsters have already pleaded guilty or been convicted. The scams have cost the government hundreds of millions of dollars.
Good evening. It's being called one of the largest tax fraud schemes in U.S. history. 25 people have been indicted on federal tax evasion charges involving more than $500 million worth of fuel. The 2-year, 6-state investigation is alleged to have bilked the federal government out of $140 million. Joy Purdy reports.
Federal officials say for the past 5 years, using everything from false invoices to overseas bank accounts, 25 men from 6 states, including 15 Russian immigrants, pulled off the biggest motor fuel excise tax scam in U.S. history.
So $140 million that should have gone to everything from building bridges to filling potholes, instead filled the pockets of the defendants charged today.
Here's how the daisy chain scheme worked. According to authorities, millions of gallons of tax-free home heating oil were bought legally by King's Motor Oils in Edison and sold legally to Petroplus Petroleum as tax-paid diesel fuel. Petroplus in turn sold the diesel fuel to its customers, charging them federal and state taxes. But instead of actually paying the taxes, that money was pocketed. To insulate themselves, King's and Petroplus allegedly concocted a series of fake companies, giving the appearance of the purchasing and selling of fuel. Authorities say most of those were created by Russian immigrants using fake IDs. One of those fake companies, known as the Burn Company, would appear on paper to bear the tax liability, but would disappear if the IRS came knocking. The paperwork always cleared King's and Petroplus of any wrongdoing. Today's case resembles the daisy chain scheme foiled 2 years ago. Authorities say that case involved mob crime families. Today, one attorney commented on these recent indictments.
Well, then the question arises whether or not it constitutes entrapment, and that's always a possible defense in any case.
The men charged today face up to 180 years in prison and allegedly owe the government at least $11 million. They'll be arraigned within the next 2 weeks. Joy Purdy, NJN News, Newark.